Wow, that was a very interesting first match and an unexpected result to boot. Uh, what's next? Let me check. Oh, Brian Nusbaum and Kaleb Koho for the right to play me. Interesting. Uh, Koho, I've beaten him. And Nusbaum, oh, have I beaten him? Uh, Not as many times as I would like, but yeah. So have a great match, guys, and enjoy winning your chance to lose to me next. Good luck. Long live Disney.
This is a Flying Cow production.
Well, hello and welcome back to Movie Battles, where we take the very best in Disney Pixar movie trivia. I, of course, am your host, the Flying Cow, but this is no ordinary match. No, this is another match of Movie Battles BlowOut 2. That's right, the biggest event of Movie Battles all year, Movie Battles BlowOut, the sequel. And here with me today to call a very important match is, of course, Mr. Sean Wingblade. How are you,
What's
sir?
up? I'm fantastic. I'm happy weekend, ready to roll. I love
Absolutely.
movie battles.
A man so cool, he doesn't need a nickname because his last name is so inexplicably insane that
Wingblade's
who needs
enough.
more
There's
than
not
that?
many of them out there.
Absolutely. So, like I said, we have you here today to help me call a very important match. You know, last year we did the triple threat number one contender. I decided to change things up a little bit this year, and instead of decide the number one contender right away, let's give whoever the champion is a little bit of breathing room.
Sure.
So this match here today is actually a number one contender qualifier match. Whoever wins this match will face Mr. VHS Nazario Montenegro next season for the number one contendership. And we have two awesome competitors, both semifinalists in the tournament. We have the king, Kaleb Koho, going up against MadDog, Brian Nusbaum. Neither one of these competitors have ever played each other before, but both have quite a history with Nazario and within Movie Battles itself. So I am excited for this match.
Awesome. I can't wait. And exactly what you said, the champion gets to sit back and wait. There has to be a prize for being the top dog, right? You get to sit back and let all the peons work their way up to the top. So I can't wait to get into it.
All right. Well, what do you say we go ahead and bring today's competitors in?
Do it.
All right. Introducing first, representing the Kingdom and the Hammer. Oh, great. They made it official. With a record of 6 wins, 5 defeats, and 2 knockouts. He is a 2022 Road to the Gold Tournament semifinalist. He is the King, Kaleb Koho. Kaleb, how are you today, sir?
Oh, I'm doing all right. Graciously, of course, the Hammer let me come back and play again, got me back around here. So all glory be. But I'm excited to be here again. I'm not sitting too well with the Holtzman loss, so I'm back.
Well, I mean, like I said, it's great to have you here. You've obviously deserved this spot. I am a little curious. You know, you, the Hammer, and Holtzman and Boltman have kind of all been working, but you haven't actually like put a name or like actually like said that you're you finally decided to take that plunge. Really? You're happy about this decision?
Look, the only person who's ever given me a chance in this league and saw the potential that I got was the Hammer. The man gave me the shot to come back from those really, really scuffed outcomes of my start where I had to, debut against Kelly Meehan. So I'm excited to finally put the Hammer's name next to mine where it rightfully belongs.
Oh, okay. All right. So we're happy with this decision. I mean, he's not the one that brought you in. That would be me, but that's okay. So you know what? Why don't we go ahead and bring in your competitor for today? Wow. The decision making.
Sometimes people dig their own grave. You don't have to do anything. You just let them go down their own path.
All right.
It writes itself.
And his opponent, representing the MadDogs with a record of 6 wins, 4 defeats, and 3 knockouts. He is a 2022 Elimination Gauntlet member of the Final 5. He is also the 2022 Road to the Gold Tournament finalist. He is MadDog Brian Nusbaum. Brian, actually a 2-time Road to the Gold Tournament semifinalist. So it's seeing if he can up that by becoming a number 1 contender. Brian, how you feeling about this match, sir?
Pretty good. Ever since my last match, I rewatched Turning Red, see if any quiz come up this time, and I'm here revenge with my teammate for kind of like Kaleb and T's before in the tournament. He hated on me and my teammate, so I'm planning getting revenge on that.
All right. So Brian bringing in a little business from other leagues, looking for a little bit of retribution here. Let's see if he can rack that up as along with the number 1 contender shot. As I said, Brian actually a former number 1 contender in his own right. So we'll have to see if he can get back to that position. So let's go ahead and let's bring Kaleb back in here. All right. Well, let us go ahead and get things rolling with the reading of the rules for round number 1. In round number 1, 8 questions from random categories will be given to all competitors. Competitors will have 15 seconds to write each answer. Answers in this round must be spoken aloud when revealing your response. All questions are worth 1 point. If either competitor gets all 8 questions correct, they will have a perfect round and receive a 1-point bonus question. Competitors also have 3 repeats that they can use at any point throughout the match. If they need a little bit more time or they want to hear a question again, they can use their repeats. Each competitor also has a challenge. If at any point you disagree with the ruling of a question, use your challenge. If your challenge is upheld, then you will keep your challenge. There is no stealing in this round. All right, so competitors, are you ready?
Yes.
Born ready.
All right. Sean, are you ready, sir?
Oh, I'm ready to roll, and so do they. Look ready. Let's do this.
All right, well then I don't know about you guys, but I feel ready for a movie battle. Action begin. All right, so let us go ahead and get right into round number 1. Question number 1 in the category of early classics and classics. These are the films mostly of the 30s through the 50s. And your question. In 1940's Pinocchio, which character convinces Pinocchio to take a vacation to Pleasure Island? You have to say 1940s Pinocchio now for some of these because there's a new one. Have you seen the new one?
I actually still haven't gotten to it.
It's not great.
Yeah,
just gonna throw
that's why I
that
haven't
out
gotten
there.
to it.
Yeah.
I heard
not
the reaction from
anybody
everyone else.
throw much
My kids are 9 and 10. They had zero interest in watching
interest.
it.
Yeah, well, there you go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, and we are starting with the king.
Honest John.
Honest John is correct. Brian.
Honest John.
Honest John. All right. So they are starting out tied 1-1 going into the next question.
What a start. Well, let's hop into question 2. In the Renaissance era, which is mostly the 90s, you will find the voices of Tony Goldwyn, Brian Blessed, and Lance Henriksen in which film?
Brian Blessed, just to make sure there's no confusion.
Brian
I mean, it's spelled the same way.
I think we can safely say the answer is not The Phantom Menace, where he voiced Boss Nass.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, still now technically within the Disney canon.
I guess it is under the Disney umbrella. I gave
true.
I notched one off the list.
Not
You can
here
take
at
that one
Movie
off-
Battles, though.
Off the
in
Rolodex.
4, 3, 2, and 1.
All right, MadDog, let's start with you.
Tarzan.
Tarzan is correct. Caleb?
Tarzan.
We got Tarzan across the board.
All right, 2 and 2, going strong, going into the third question in the category of the dark times, films of the 2000s. What is the name of the character voiced by Martin Short in Treasure Planet?
Treasure Planet is a movie that missed me. I just never saw it, and I've heard that it's so good, so I need to go back and watch it. It's
I
one
know
definitely
a
need to get.
lot of people that really champion that film. I realized after years that I thought I had seen it and really had only seen bits and pieces. I hadn't seen the whole thing. So
Same, like it was
it's
on
not bad.
TV. I saw bits and pieces. I know the animation style. I just never sat and watched it start to finish.
2, 1. All right, and we are starting with Caleb.
Underappreciated masterpiece. Ben.
Ben is correct. MadDog.
Ben.
Ben is correct. All right, so they are still tied. 3 and 3, keeping it strong.
Going into question number 4 in the realm of Pixar films. In Luca, the Porto Rosso Cup is comprised of how many events?
Have you seen Luca?
I have seen Luca. Luca was delightful. It was a really good movie.
Yeah, I really enjoy Luca. It's a fun, pleasant little film. It's one of those that I actually enjoy every time I watch it. I like it even more.
Oh yeah, it was definitely on the rotation for the first week or so. At least 5 times we saw it.
Nice.
All right, let's go to MadDog first. What is your
I
answer?
put 3.
3 is correct. It sounded like it might have been a guess. Caleb, what do you got?
Rule of 3.
Rule of 3. It's a good guess if it was for either of you.
Very nice. All right. So we are now rolling into the 5th question in this round in the category of hybrid and Muppets. These are, of course, the live action animation combinations and Muppets films. And your question: in which film will you hear the songs Pictures in My Head and Me Party?
Those sound like songs that could be any number of Disney.
Yeah. I mean, but this is a number
At least we
one
narrow it down.
contender. Whoever wins this will be in that number one contenders match. So we gotta pull out all the stops. Let's see if either one of these know it. In 5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
1.
Oh,
Okay, we're gonna get a repeat. Sorry for the rush job there. Thought you guys had it. That's all right. So we are repeating the question in the category of hybrid and Muppets. In which film will you hear the songs Pictures in My Head and Me Party?
and just to
As you
throw in
s-
a
Yeah,
little
go
more
ahead.
banter, I'll narrow it down. I've never
Uh-huh.
seen this movie.
Have you not? Okay.
I've missed a bunch from this category in general,
Sure.
and this is one of them. Yeah, for
Sure. I mean, yeah, this category has thrown a lot of our even stronger competitors for a loop. It's
Yeah.
been rather tricky. We'll have to see if these two can pick it up in 5, 4,
I'm going to 50-50 this
3,
wrong.
2, and 1. All right, and we are starting with the king, Mr. Koho.
hate these stupid puppets. I said the Muppet movie.
That is incorrect. Brian,
The Muppets.
it is the Muppets.
Should have left it. I should have left
All
it.
right. So,
Yeah.
sounds like Caleb second guessing himself. So Brian goes up by 1. Going into question number 6.
And let's hop into the category of the decline/wilderness, which is the 60s to the 80s. Which Disney animated film was released in the year 1970?
1970. This is testing their knowledge of the movie release dates and also, what's in that category, things like that. There's a lot of stuff to think about here. We will just have to see if our competitors can get there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
And MadDog, let's jump to you first.
I put the Aristocats.
That is correct.
The Aristocats.
The Aristocats.
Very
Correct on both accounts. Well done.
good. All right. So Brian still holding strong. Perfect all the way through the first 6 questions, but let's see if he can maintain that through everyone's favorite category, package fill.
Of course it is.
These are, of course, the short collections of the 40s. And your question. You will find a bear named Lulubelle and a singing harp in which film? The package films not super well known amongst those who don't play Disney trivia. Wingblade, any idea at all of any of these films?
I was gonna say, not only have I not seen what are you referencing, I've never heard of this. They need a special section on Disney Plus. I'm sure they are on there somewhere. You just got to hunt them down.
Yeah. I mean, all but one. All but
Oh, wow.
one is
Okay.
on there. But we will have to see if these guys know the correct one in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, and Caleb.
Fun and fancy free.
Fun and fancy free is correct. Brian.
My favorite, Fun and Fancy Free.
Fun and fancy free, absolutely. So with that, Brian maintaining his 1-point lead, 1 point away from a perfect round. We will just have to see if he can pull that off with this next question.
Yes, 1 question left in the round, and you might get yourself a bonus. Let's find out. In the category of CG Revolution, which is the 2010s to present, which of these is not a character in Zootopia? Yax, Janice Catterley, Duke Weaselton, Dr. Madge Honeybadger. Which is not a character.
Yeah,
I love these questions. I like that the in the Schmodown they
Need the
started
full name or
integrating
is
these
it the
this year.
first? Need the first name or full name?
I mean, as long as it was basically multiple choice, so just
Okay.
give us like
As
a
long as you
number of the-
identify one of the
option.
4.
Yeah.
We'll be
Okay,
leaving.
just checking.
Yeah, these I enjoy these as well. Like I
Right.
said, it's kind of multiple choice a little bit, but it's harder than you might think.
It's
5,
fun.
4, 3, 2, and 1.
And MadDog, let's jump to you first.
Polar guys, I put Janice.
Janice is correct. Janice was the
Catterley.
correct answer. Caleb,
All right.
Janice Catterley.
well done. Well done to both of you.
All right. So with that, Brian gets a perfect round and
Okay.
pulls a bonus question. So, Brian, you are, of course, answering this bonus question alone, so you do not need to write it down. Simply answer within the 15 seconds. And your question. What year saw the release of DuckTales, the movie?
Oof. I would guess 1999.
That is incorrect. We were looking for 1990.
Oh, okay.
By the look on Caleb's face, it looks like he might have been upset. he didn't ask
Stupid
that question.
freaking puppets.
All right. So Brian remains with a 1-point lead, but he does not raise it to 2, which I'm sure Kaleb is thankful for. So we will go ahead and bring up the rules for round number 2. All right, in round number 2, also known as the wheel round, each competitor will spin the wheel up to 2 times. You can choose to spin again. However, if you land on opponent's choice, you are stuck with that. Competitors will receive 4 questions from their category. Questions in this round are worth 2 points. Multiple choice is available. However, if you use it, the value of the question will drop to 1 point. Competitors will have 15 seconds to answer each question. Opponents may choose to steal if a competitor gives an incorrect response. Repeats and challenges are still in effect. All right, so Brian, you currently have a 1-point lead. Would you like to spin first, or would you like to defer to the king?
I'll let the king spin first.
All right, so let us go ahead and bring up the wheel. Kaleb, can you see the wheel?
Yes, sir.
All right, then Kaleb, this spin is yours. And I'm sure you're happy for that. You have landed on spinner's choice. So, Kaleb, I feel like I hardly have to ask, but what category would you like to choose?
Ooh, it's actually 50-50 choice here. Okay. I'll take Oscars.
All right. So, surprise, surprise. Koho is going with Oscars. So, Kaleb, you are going to receive 4 questions in the category of the Oscars. And I will be asking these questions to you. All right. So, Koho, your first question in the category of Oscars. Aladdin was nominated for 4 Oscars. Original song, original sound effects, and what other category?
Best original score.
Best original score is correct for 2 points.
Great music in that movie, obviously.
Absolutely. Going now to your second question. The Sword in the Stone was nominated for how many Oscars?
Multiple choice.
All right, multiple choice it is. And your options there. Is it A, none, B, 2, C, 1, or D, 3?
Tricky placement of letters. I was like, 0 and 2. Well, but
Yeah.
your else went down. No. Okay. 0.
0 is incorrect. So, Brian, you are going to get the opportunity to steal. Let me repeat the question and the options for you. The Sword in the Stone was nominated for how many Oscars? Was it A, 0, B, 2, C, 1, or D, 3?
So I go with 2?
2 is also incorrect. We were looking for 1.
Right in the
Oh,
middle.
okay.
Right in the middle.
1 Oscar. All right. So we will now be moving on to Kaleb's penultimate question in this round. He currently has a 1-point lead on Brian. Let's see if he can widen that with these last 2 questions. Which song won Best Original Song for Mary Poppins?
Chim Chim Cheree.
Chim Chim Cheree is correct for 2 points.
Well done.
Right. And your final question, category of Oscars. How many Oscars was Finding Nemo nominated for?
Cool. All right.
In 5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
All right, that's your second repeat. All right. How many Oscars was Finding Nemo nominated for?
It's been a second. Okay.
In 5, 4, 3, 2.
5.
5 is incorrect. So, Brian, you are going to get the opportunity to steal your question. How many Oscars was Finding Nemo nominated for? Okay, of course, not going to multiple choice. So, Brian's
3?
3 is also incorrect. We were looking for 4. Yes.
Once
you guys-
again,
It was only one of the sounds, and I counted both. It's one of the sounds every time.
All right. All right. So
I would have, in fairness, I would have said all of them. I'll give Finding Nemo all the Oscars.
I should have been nominated for all.
All of them. Everyone.
I don't know how much I can argue with that. All right. So at the end of that round, Kaleb currently has a 3-point lead over Brian. So Brian, of course, looking for a strong category to build a lead against the king. So we are going to go ahead and bring up the wheel for Brian. All right. And Brian, can you see the wheel?
Yes, I can.
All right, then this spin is yours. All right, and you have landed on recent Pixar. These are, of course, the films from 2010 to the present. Would you like to keep it, or would you like to spin again?
I'll spin again, please.
Spin again? All right,
Yes.
then here is your spin. Round and round it goes, looking for something. Oh, and I'm sure he prefers this. Brian also getting Spinner's Choice, the wheel liking Spinner's Choice today. So, Brian, like I need to
Actors.
ask, yes, absolutely. All right, so Brian, of course, going with the category of actors. Brian, you are going to receive 4 questions in the category of actors, and your questions are going to be asked by none other than Mr. Sean Wing.
It's me. It's my turn to talk. Let's go. All right, let's get into the realm of actors. For question number 1, are you ready, Mr. MadDog?
Yes.
All right, let's go. In which Disney animated film will you hear Evan Rachel Wood and Alfred Molina play a married couple?
Frozen 2.
Frozen 2 is correct. Without hesitation. Well done.
Absolutely not.
Let's hop into question number 2. Spencer Fox and Huckleberry Milner have both played what character?
Dash.
Dash. We'll accept Dash. Well done. I love The Incredibles. It's top 5 favorite movie. Which Muppeteer provides the voice of Miss Piggy in the Muppet movie?
Frank Oz?
Frank Oz is correct. Well done. Famous Frank Oz. Does it all. For the last question, question number 4. Who voices Remy's father, Django, in Ratatouille?
Ryan Dennehy.
Brian Dennehy is correct. Well done. 4 for 4.
And
8 points total.
with that, yes, Brian sweeps actors, a strong performance. He comes out with a 5-point lead against Kaleb, but we still have round number 3. So let us go ahead and bring up the rules for round number 3. All right. In round number 3, competitors will choose 3 numbers ranging from 1 to 20 that correspond to 3 random categories. Each competitor will receive 3 questions that range from 2, 3, and 5 points respectively. Competitors will have 15 seconds to answer each question. There is no stealing or multiple choice in this round. Repeats and challenges are still in effect. All right. So, Brian, as we said, you are currently in the lead, so you get to choose your 3 numbers first. What sounds good?
10, 18, and 4.
10, 18, and 4. All right. And Koho.
14, 2, and 7.
All right, 14, 2, and 7.
I gotta say, great numbers all around. Everybody, great job. Great job picking numbers.
Okay, so as I said, Koho is currently down by 5 points, which means in order to send this back to Brian, he's going to have to answer some questions. So as a reminder, Koho going in, you have 1 repeat and your challenge. MadDog, you have all 3 of your repeats and your challenge still intact. So let us go ahead and let us start with Kaleb's 2-point question. And Kaleb chose number 14. That relates to the category of movie quotes. Okay? And your 2-point question in the category of movie quotes. What Disney character says the line, "I'm history. No, I'm mythology. No, I don't care what I am. I'm free"?
The genie.
Genie is correct for 2 points. All right,
Quotes
that
can be tricky.
brings you within 3 points of Brian. So if you can get this next question correct, you will tie him and avoid the TKO and force him to answer a question. All right. So your question, you chose number 2. That relates to the category of scores and soundtracks. Okay? And your question for 3 points. Who served as the lyricist for The Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast?
Yeah, okay. Howard Ashman.
Howard Ashman is correct for 3 points. All right, so
That's a made-up name. I've never heard of that. Before. Well done. Well done.
So Kaleb has tied it up. So Brian will have to at least answer his 2-point question in order to push it back to Kaleb and force him to answer his 5.
And I'll jump in on the 2-pointer.
Yep.
All right. MadDog, let's see if you get your 2-pointer in the realm of villains. In The Lion King, what relation is Scar to Simba?
Brother.
That is
Brother.
incorrect.
Incorrect.
That
Oh,
is
shoot.
Scar to
yes.
Simba.
Scar
Oh,
to Simba.
I misheard it. My
Scar
bad.
is his uncle.
You've got your repeats.
Yeah.
So unfortunately,
Sorry.
that
Yeah.
is incorrect.
Jump the gun a little bit on that. So we'll jump to your 3-pointer then. In the realm of John and Alan, what is the name of Alan Tudyk's character in Big Hero 6?
Alistair Cray.
Alistair Cray is correct.
All right, that is correct. So with that, Brian actually takes a 3-point lead, but we are down now to both competitors' 5-point questions. If Kaleb can get this right, he will force Brian to answer his 5. However, if he misses, Brian will win this match and become and join Nazario in the #1 Contenders match next season?
I don't think we could have wanted anything more, though, down to the 5-pointer.
Absolutely not. So here we go, Kaleb, with your 5-point question. You chose number 7, and that relates to the category of package films.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Your 5-point question in the category of package films. What popular singing group provides the vocals for the Little Toot segment of Melody Time?
Yeah, there's just one movie. I just needed one movie. It's not that movie. Okay. Popular singing.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
All right, that is your final repeat. All right. What popular singing group provides the vocals for the Little Toot segment of Melody Time?
Don't have a great guess. So we'll just shout out a different Disney group. I'll say the Mellow Men.
And your winner, advancing to the #1 Contenders match next season, MadDog, Brian Nusbaum. We were looking for the Andrews sisters. Sisters. All right.
Oh, yes,
So-
them, the ancestors. Everyone knows them.
Unfortunately, Kaleb not being able to pull it out. However, this was quite an interesting match. These two competitors both played very well. So congratulations, Brian. We will see both of you, yes, for interviews. All right. Well, there you have it, Sean. Like I said, highly competitive match all the way to the end. You know, when Brian missed that 2, I was like, oh,
It was shocking.
Yeah.
He was on fire the whole match, and that was, what some may seem out there in the world a gimme too, but he was snappy the whole match. He was firing off his head, and sometimes it takes it. You have 15 seconds. You need to take a breath,
take it and
make sure you
process
know that
sometimes.
question, and that happens to competitors too. Whether you're on the big stage, whether you're virtual, wherever you are, you might hear half a question and you just write the rest of the question in your own head without listening to the words, and sometimes that happens to competitors.
It happens, but thankfully for him, it did not bite him today. He still walks away with a win. But like I said, both competitors very impressive today. So what do you say we go ahead and move to post-match interviews?
Get it.
Well, here we have today, not coming up on the winning end today, the king, Kaleb Koho. Kaleb, you keep getting this close to that #1 contender shot, that championship match, and just not quite getting there. What are you feeling today after this match?
I just hate puppets. It's a game where all 3 questions that I missed leading into the 5-pointer, I 50-50 the wrong one. I thought Sword in the Stone had a score nomination. Then I second guessed it. I heard 0 was there. I was like, maybe there isn't one. Finding Nemo, I just counted one more. Like there's 2 sounds. So it was like, is it both? Is it neither? Is it one? And I had the Muppets and I used the repeat and changed to Muppet movie. So it's like those 3 all right there. And I knew the bonus. So if I just keep the Muppets, that's a perfect round. So it's just a coulda, woulda, shoulda game. And those suck, but they happen. And it's not like I lost to a slouch. He played almost a perfect game. So
it's true. It's true. With the exception of that 2-pointer, he did not miss a question before that. So yeah, I mean, I do have to ask, with your
Sure.
change in management, do you think maybe the hammer might be holding you back?
I mean, man, I don't think so. I mean, I think what holds me back is the fact there are, stupid hybrid and puppet category that y'all slid in here. I think that's the only thing holding me back from a
Yeah,
championship.
but you knew about those categories. It's not like I just sprung them on you today.
Yeah, no one called my agent, so I don't buy that one.
Oh, okay. All right. So, anyway, great performance today, Kaleb. I'm sure that we will see you very soon in the title picture. But today just wasn't the day. All right. And here we have today's winner, MadDog, Brian Nusbaum. Brian, how you feeling? Like we said, almost a perfect match, and now here you are on the verge of not only a #1 contenders match, but another match with Nazario.
Oh, jeez, again.
This is gonna be 4 for you guys.
I think it's the first time a player played each other 4 times, I think, in this league.
Yeah. I think you guys have probably played each other more than anyone else. But it just it keeps lining up. So, what are your thoughts? First about the match, and then about your spot in that #1 contenders match.
Yep, for me, I saw something on there on 2-pointer. I missed her. I thought Mufasa's scar. I missed her on about that. But
Sure.
moving the states not really my strong suit. I know some of them. I'm still trying to work on it and trying to not get TKO'd or KO'd by Nazario. Let's see if I can beat him again this time.
All right. Well, yeah, I mean, you do have history on your side. So far, you've got 2 matches on him to his 1. So we'll just have to see if you can get that power back, or, what might happen. But like I said, congratulations on your win today. And we will be seeing you, sir.
Sounds good.
I'm back.
Well, there you have it. We have that #1 contenders match is now set. It is going to be Brian Nazario 4. These two just can't get away from each other. Like I said, Brian currently has 2 wins over Nazario. Nazario has 1 over him. We'll just have to see how that match is up. And
I smell best of 5 coming. Even whether it's for the title or another #1 contenders match down the road, there should be no hiding strengths and weaknesses. It's just going to be an all-out war.
Yeah, you know what? It seems like if either one of these two ever become champion, the other should be automatically the #1 contender.
Yeah,
because
you want to find the best to battle the best. And
absolutely, absolutely.
You'll be there.
But like I said, great match for today. And this is, of course, not the final match of Blowout. We still have 2 great matches coming your way. We have a grudge match with the Hammer and Jeremy Adams. I'm not sure where that came from, but we also have the main event, of course, the championship match between Dreamworker Cameron Holtzman and the Little Boat Kaleb Boatman. Excited to see both of those matches, just to see what kind of chaos comes out of both of them. But thank you again, Sean, for joining us today. It was great to have you. And as always, remember to check out everything that the Flying Cow has to offer. Our podcasts, whether it be Discussions, our Disney podcast, Nostalgia Cow, our talks about childhood entertainment, things like that. But also don't forget to check out our Patreon feed, patreon.com/The Flying Cow, where you can check out our Patreon exclusive podcast, Around the World, our deep dive on the Ernest films. So check all of that out. But in order to do any of that, you got to stay here. You got to stay watching. And as always,
Moo.